not that life on their 7-game, 11-night recent road trip was all that bad. The goaltending tandem was outstanding, posting 3 shutouts in their last 4 wins. Offensively, 18 goals in those same 4 games. They finished the trip with 3 straight wins against the Sabres, Islanders, and Bruins over a 4-night period. Tonight, the Pacific Division leaders return to Dome Sweet Home, and it's on Sportsnet. Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Calgary. Welcome back to TELUS Flames Hockey on Sportsnet as we get you set for the Blackhawks and the Flames. And what a road trip it was for these Flames. We're talking about 7 games over 11 nights, and well, they picked up 10 of a possible 14 points. Absolutely rock solid as they return home to host the Blackhawks tonight. And you know, on that road trip, 3 shutouts, impressive, bringing their total up to 7 on the season. 5 for Markstrom, 2 for Vladar. And you know, this is the first time in modern history since 1929 when offensive forward passes were allowed that we have seen a team register 7 shutouts through the first 19 games of a season. Incredible, to say the least. One of the offensive threats that Calgary has had this year is Johnny Gaudreau. He's back to video game mode. He is absolutely lights out, and the NHL took notice. He, of course, had 4 goals and 7 points in his last 4 games, and that got him the NHL's first star of the week. He has been buzzing, the Johnny of old indeed, and he's not alone. He's getting some help. That secondary scoring from Andrew Mangiapane, 5 goals in his last 3 games, but most importantly, he's tied for second in the NHL with 15 goals with a guy by the name of Alex Ovechkin, just a few back of Leon Draisaitl. He has been an absolute force. Daryl Sutter said he's a better conditioned athlete this time around this season, and he is proving it to spades that, hey, Hockey Canada, Olympic invite, maybe bring one his way. We will see as this thing unfolds. We'll get you set for the first period. The Flames are back at home. Stay with us. It's the Hawks and Flames from Calgary.
Brought to you by TELUS, the network that gives back to help connect Canadians in need. Let's make the future friendly.
Welcome back to the Scotiabank Saddledome. Well, an incredibly tumultuous season, to say the least. A very trying and difficult time for anybody associated with the Blackhawks organization. And it didn't start out well on the ice. 1-9-2 that was their record throughout the first 12 games, but they've turned it around on the ice, going 5-1 since November 6th. Jonathan Toews still looking for his first goal of the season, but more on that throughout. Here is Beasley.
Good evening and welcome to the Scotiabank Saddledome for tonight's game between the Chicago Blackhawks and your Calgary Flames. We ask you to please rise, remove your hats. Join Calgary recording artist Michaela Sheedy, accompanied by Flames organist Willie Jewson and members of the Calgary Fire Department in the singing of tonight's national anthems.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
After a successful 7-gamer, the Flames are back at the Scotiabank Saddledome to start a 3-game homestand atop the Western Conference against the Chicago Blackhawks team that's playing better, 5-1 under interim head coach Derek King. Rick Ball, glad to welcome Kelly Rudy back to the broadcast booth. And Jacob Markstrom back between the pipes after a night off in Boston on Sunday. League leading 5 shutouts, 4th in goals against average and save percentage. He has been just terrific this season. Meantime, Marc-Andre Fleury coming off a 40-save shutout in Vancouver on Sunday. Career best goals against average last season. Won the Vezina with Vegas, got traded in the summer. In fact, first reigning Vezina trophy winner to get moved since Dominik Hasek went from Buffalo to Detroit 20 years ago.
Well, it's good to be back, my friend, and ready to watch this star, first star of the week, Johnny Gaudreau. 4 goals, 3 assists in the last 4 games, including 23 shots and 2 game-winning goals. Terrific trip for Johnny Gaudreau and his entire Flames teammates.
And he will start on that line with Lindholm and Tkachuk, and they'll face off at center ice against the former Oiler, Jujhar Khaira. We are set to go in Calgary. Glad to have you with us on Telus Flames Hockey. Hawks control off the drop. Puck chipped in deep. Markstrom comes out to play it. Feed it around the boards for Gaudreau. Flips a pass off the stick to the line. Lindholm plays it to an open away. Khaira puts it back in. Markstrom will stop that in behind and get it ahead, but it's picked off and shot on goal by Carpenter. Check thrown by Khaira in the corner against Lindholm, but he makes a play to Gaudreau. Couldn't handle the pass. Hawks are on it. Khaira puts it back to Carpenter. Cuts to the middle on the backhand. Drops it off. Shot from the line. And a glove save by Markstrom off Jake McCabe, and he's able to hang on.
And that's a good fourth-line shift for the Blackhawks. Get things started the right way. Good work down low. Khaira heavy on the puck. Makes a nice play into the slot. Carpenter, and he spots the defenseman sneaking in. A nice easy shot. Save for Markstrom.
On the draw against Kirby Dach, who gets waved out. So Patrick Kane will step in and take the face-off for Chicago. They may have let the clock tick down a couple of seconds on the false start. Now they reset. And another false start, this time Backlund waved off. Blake Coleman steps in to take the draw. They will drop the puck eventually. And now there's Hannafin's on it. Put it in the corner. DeBrincat picked it off.
And missed your humor, my friend.
Behind the net. There's Hannafin. He'll feed it up the board for Backlund. Pass blocked by DeBrincat. Hannafin plays it back up the wall. Picked off by Seth Jones with a shot that's off a stick to the far corner. Patrick Kane. Alex DeBrincat. Given a hard ride along the boards by Coleman. It knocks him down. Dach comes in, grabs Coleman. Hannafin grabs Dach. And now we got a fight. Coleman and Kirby Dach drop the gloves after Coleman threw that hit on Alex DeBrincat. Both had a couple of punches. And Dach gets that right angle. He's got the size advantage. Coleman hanging in there.
He does. Coleman started quickly, and it was Dach after that.
Dach 6'4", Blake Coleman 5'11". A long reach.
That was a good tilt.
Yep. So Dach jumps into defense of DeBrincat, who took that hit from Coleman. There's no penalty on the hit, but there will be on the fights. On the fight, rather, as they both head off.
And let's take a look at the hit, and it is from behind, and I'm sure that's what Kirby Dach takes exception to. He gets in there rather quickly. I think Coleman expected it also. And is it just 5 minutes for fighting?
Yep, offsetting majors for the scrap. Dach went to the room, by the way. You saw maybe hurt his hand in that scrap.
He certainly was bloodied. I was wondering if Coleman might get 2 extra, but not the case. There he is, so he's bleeding from the lip. Yeah, I think he's okay with the hands, Rick.
Yep, you're right. It was the lip. Get that patched up and back to the penalty box, so we stay 5-on-5.
Yeah, hopefully returns shortly.
A scrap, 1 minute, 1 second in the hockey game. Flames looking to avoid that first game off a long trip slump that many teams suffer at home, and maybe that will get them going. And that certainly will. It's still a Dubé finds the back of the net. A shot beats Fleury from well out, and it's 1-0 Calgary.
I don't think we expected this first shot to go in from Fleury from well out. It's a beautiful Anderson right onto the tape of Dubé, but if you take a look at the reaction of Fleury right after, he was disappointed. He slams his stick on the ice immediately after the goal goes in. You can easily tell he just lost his net. Not something you would expect from the veteran Marc-Andre Fleury. That does not happen very often. He does not give you very many free goals, Rick.
So Dubé gets his second. And Flames have scored the first goal now 16 out of 20 games, Kelly. That is remarkable. No team has played with the lead this year more than Calgary has, and it's a huge factor in their success.
Johnny Gaudreau talked about it many times this morning after the morning skate about that was the important thing for the great start they've had.
Well, here's another good number for Flames fans. Since the start of last season, when Dylan Dubé scores a goal, they're 10-0.
There you go.
So, for whatever that's worth, there's a stat for you. Here's Taves looking for his first of the season with a shot that whistles wide on the stick side. Puck up the boards. Lucic chips it out. Seth Jones back to it. Playing on the same team with his brother Caleb Jones. Seth 4, Caleb 82. Up there with former Flame Eric Gustafsson. As a pairing, Jones works the puck in, slows it down, turns, plays it deep. Shillington tips it free, side of the goal. Markstrom bats it away. And it's lifted out by Trevor Lewis. Bouncer at the line. Lucic carries in. DeHaan angles him towards the corner. Brad Richardson comes in to help out, battling with Borstrom. Lucic in the puck battle as well. Borstrom gets it free and fires a pass to Hardman. He'll carry down the wing and gain center ice, dump the puck in and head off on a change. Oliver Shillington. Chris Tanev now with a pass up the wing. Puck line back off for Calgary. There's Gaudreau, bumps it back. Shillington had gone off. Anderson onto the puck now, and he'll feed it across to Noah Hannafin. With a pass up the middle. Broken up as Tkachuk was knocked down at center to Brinkachek. And here comes Johnny Gaudreau on the attack. Gaudreau dropped it off, looking for Tkachuk. That was stolen. The Brinkett lost his stick. Flames keep the puck alive in the offensive zone. Gaudreau with Tkachuk in front, cuts him behind. There's the pass, and it comes all the way back to Anderson. Tkachuk tried to one-time it, but missed. Noah Hannafin takes a look, tries a shot. That's blocked in front. Bouncing puck back to Hannafin at the line. Another long shot. Another block in front, bouncing around, and again, the Flames steal it back. Hannafin one more time, settles it down, flips a pass to Gaudreau. He'll walk it across with a play over to Anderson, who pinches in deep. Anderson cuts in around behind, banks the puck off the back of the net. Comes loose to Patrick Kane, but he gave it away to Tkachuk down low. Tkachuk in front for Anderson. That was blocked off the leg of McCabe. Made 3 blocks in that flurry with help from Murphy. And back comes Kane into Calgary territory. And Kara slides in offside, and we get a whistle after some good sustained pressure by that top Calgary line in the offensive zone.
Fantastic shift by the Flames. That top line, as you mentioned, Rick. Matthew Tkachuk is going to get the puck behind the net. Great patience. He spots Rasmus Anderson, and that's a block by McCabe. Not sure if he intentionally blocked it. Yeah, he sure did. I thought he was just in the way, but that shot, it clearly was that he got in the way nicely. Hoping on his star goaltender.
Kirby Dach, by the way, back in the penalty box for Chicago after getting some repairs following that fight with Blake Coleman.
Well, if we're worried, Rick, about a slow start by the Flames because of that tough road trip, not the case.
There's Backlund with a shot. Big rebound off the pad of Fleury. Goes right to Gustafsson. He'll bank it ahead, but not out. Andrew Mangiapane keeps the play alive. There's Caleb Jones over to Gustafsson with a pass to Carpenter. Feeds it out. Reese Johnson dumps the puck in. Former Red Deer Rebel. Lucic's back the other way. The former Vancouver Giant almost put away. We're talking Western Hockey League teams here. A lot of representation from the Dub in this game tonight.
Even in the broadcast booth, Rick.
That's right, couple guys. You a player, me a broadcaster?
There you go.
Hawks settle it down. 5 minutes gone first period. Hagel on the lone goal. It was all they needed in that win in Vancouver a couple nights ago. There's DeHaan with a dump in. Hagel backhands the puck behind the net for Strome. He's checked by Tanev. Pitlick jabs the puck back to Tanev. He'll play it around. And Dylan Dubé, the goal scorer, on it. Bumps it back. Shillington feeds it over. Tanev skates onto it and throws it back to Dubé. Wheeling through center. Gets around Taves. Dubé carries in, being hassled by Hagel. Puck to the corner. Monahan reaching for it. He took a bump from DeHaan. Gets it back, though, with a pass to Shillington at the line. Shillington over to Tanev. Back to Shillington. Tries a long shot. That's blocked in front. Hagel took that off the arm, and he goes down. That hurt. And Strome has the puck. Hagel back on his feet will go to the bench. And the Flames peel off as well for a change.
Hagel was the lone goal scorer Sunday in Vancouver in the third period. Hopefully he returns shortly.
Tipped in deep. Hardman up after it. Hannafin on him. Rising to the end boards. Puck goes to the corner. Hannafin makes a play to Gaudreau. Lost it, though. Hardman steals back. Puts the puck in deep. Cut off by Markstrom before it got through to Borgstrom.
What a great play by Markstrom to cut off that pass behind the net.
Johnny Gaudreau trying to get around Murphy, but Murphy able to deny. Following up is Hannafin. He'll whip it in. Fleury can't stop it. In behind. Puck comes free far side, and it's chipped to the line and fed out to center. Where waiting for it is Connor Murphy. Gains the red line and plays it deep. Good Branson back. Whips it up. Racing after it's Tkachuk. Leaves the puck down low. Now he's back on it. With a pass to Lucic. Cuts in behind. Milan Lucic to the line to Zadorov. Quickly across Branson. Wrister pad save. Fleury got the right leg out and made that stop. On that shot by the defenseman Eric Branson.
Quite a bit of traffic.
Now it's settled down by Caleb Jones. Puts it on the wing to Gustafsson. Across to Taves. Still looking for his first goal, as I mentioned, this season. Missed all of last year as they go offside with an immune disorder. We'll take a break. 7:03 to gone here in the first, and Dylan Dubé has the goal that puts Calgary up 1-0 on Sportsnet. Back at Scotiabank Saddledome, we're in the Ed Whalen broadcast booth. 1-0 Calgary. You know, Kelly Flames had every excuse to be sluggish to start this game. Not just the 7-game road trip. This is 9 and 15 nights would travel between every game, but they've been sharp.
Very sharp. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised, Rick. I thought they might be a little bit sluggish, but certainly not the case. I thought Chicago started off well for the first minute or so, and then Calgary has really had a lot of energy, and you have to give them a lot of credit because it isn't easy. As you mentioned, 9 games in 15 nights. That itself is difficult. Only one day after the big win in Boston to get ready, and you were on that trip, Rick, and you told me how tired you were. You guys got to the house about 3 in the morning after the game.
Came on Sunday, so yesterday was a sleepy day, and then get back into the time zone. We talked about a lot on the trip. We'll get to that thought in a second, but the Flames have spent a ton of time in the Eastern time zone, and almost all those games are done, so that sets up well for the rest of the year. Only 4 games left in the East.
That's unbelievable, right? This early? They're a quarter way through the season, basically, tonight.
Patrick Kane puts it in behind for Jones. Missed the pass, but it gets it back along the boards. With a pass through center to Brinket. Carries in slowly, drops it off. Here's Seth Jones turning. Down low, Doc. Now Jones across. McCabe shoots, and that goes off traffic in front. May have gotten through to Markstrom. Either way, it stayed out. Kane back on the puck. Doc takes a look. Bumped by Backlund. Gets away from his knees, trying to make a play. Back to the line. Murphy fakes, passing to Kane in the circle. Bumps it back to McCabe. Wristed in deep, looking for a bounce in front. Played out front, and Markstrom calmly gathers it in and covers.
It's game time. Order all your favorites with Skip the Dishes. Let's get hungry.
And Jake McCabe, one of their free agent signings this past summer. Nice quick release here, and he gets it through traffic. Take a look at the blocker save by Markstrom. There's a bit of a deflection in front by Doc as well to make it even more difficult for Markstrom.
Yeah, it sounded like Markstrom got a piece of it, and he did. You're right, Kelly.
Yeah.
I knew it hit Doc, but it did get through. A nice stop. Third shot on Jacob Markstrom. Flames break out. Nikita Zadorov back in the lineup. It's the one change from Sunday's lineup other than Markstrom in for Vladar. Is Zadorov back in for Valimaki, pardon me.
Yep.
Reese Johnson dumps the puck in, takes a bump from Pitlick in the process. Markstrom, meantime, puts the puck off Dubé's skate and out. Gustafsson back on it. Came over to Calgary. Gustafsson did at the deadline in 2020, 7 games, and then 10 playoff games. Split last season with Philly and Montreal. There's a shot. They score. Hagel fires it home. So took that shot off the arm earlier in the period, but he's okay enough to make that go into the net and tie this game up at 1.
And it's been a good start for Ryan Carpenter. I've noticed him a couple times that first shift for Chicago. He does nice work in the corner, battling against the Flames. And then he comes out with the puck and right to Hagel. And there's a quick release. That's the 6th goal of the season for Hagel. And good to see he came back after taking that shot, that block shot just a couple minutes ago. He had to go back to the bench, but he's okay, apparently, with a great wrister.
So the former Red Deer Rebel ties this game up here in the first period, just shy of the midway mark. There's a shot by Hannafin off Kachuk's stick into the corner. Gaudreau's on it. Back to the line. Hannafin takes a look. Wrists the puck off a stick deep. Taves off the board. Bumped it out by Strome. And they're going to blow that down. It's a glove pass. And the faceoff will come back inside Chicago territory.
Let's take a look at the block shot by Hagel off the Shillington shot. And this was the block I mentioned just a couple seconds ago off the right hand. You can tell he fell down immediately and he was slow to get to the bench. And here's that great work along the boards that I talked about. Carpenter gets it to Hagel, and without much hesitation, he just rips it glove side. That's a good shot.
Flames win the draw. Lucic shoots into traffic. That changed direction, and Fleury made a nice save with the pad. On a set play off the faceoff, that almost works. Here's Taves on the counterattack. Drops it off. Strome looking, shooting, and that one off the leg. Bounces free. Cleared out by Lewis. Jones back to it. No retreat. Shadowed by Richardson. Plays it across to DeHaan. And DeHaan skates the puck out. Tipped in deep. Markstrom off the boards for Lucic. To the line. Jones keeps it in, but almost gave it away. Tanev couldn't take it, though. Hardman down low with a pass that's intercepted by Lewis. He'll head back the other way. Gains close to the red line, just enough to slide it in. Didn't put it all the way down anyway, so Jones will skate the puck out. Gets around Kachuk. Looks the puck in deep. Markstrom with a backhand pass to Tanev. Past the midway mark of the first. Here's Kachuk. Now Gaudreau in. Back to Kachuk with a quick shot put wide and high. Bounces to the side of the goal. DeBrincat cleans up. Takes off. Alex DeBrincat, left wing center. Hassled by Gaudreau. Whips the puck in. Delayed offside, though, and that allows Hannafin plenty of time to go back to it as Doc has to tag up. Hannafin carries out and dumps the puck in. Lindholm down low for Gaudreau. Out front with a pass, and that's deflected away. Kept in by Hannafin. A bouncer chipped to the line by Doc. And DeBrincat with a chance to clear. Out to Kane. Hannafin got it away from him. Bumps it back, and Markstrom will bank it ahead for Lindholm. Late in the shift. He'll kick it back into his own zone. Pass to Gaudreau was off the mark, and that'll go to Chicago territory. Gustafsson takes his time and feeds it ahead to Jujar Kara with a dump in. To Branson, back to Coleman. Little tick pass finds Mangiapane, and now Backlund takes off. Carries in down the wing, puts the puck in wide. Coleman. Pass back, block, bounced off Carpenter. He'll pick it up out at center ice, a roller. Fire a pass to Reese Johnson. In with Kara. Forced to the corner. Jujar Kara back to the line. Murphy's shot blocked by Backlund. Carpenter took a spill right in front of the Calgary net. Fourth line for Chicago, trying to keep the pressure on, but the Flames are on the puck, and Zadorov has room to skate it out.
That fourth line for Chicago's played really well.
One too many moves. Mangiapane steps in offside with 8:08 to go. First period, tie game. Lucic had a good look here off a skate. Another one, and a nice stop by Fleury in a 1-1 game on Sportsnet.
There's the NHL's first star of the week, Johnny Gaudreau, who's been offensive. He's got a 200-foot game going, play a little more defensive, and a whole lot more physical. The man is a beast. When he knocked down Eric Holla in Boston, he was asked about that hit. Just said, hey, I'm just happy I knocked him down. And then he was asked in reference to when he had said about a certain Rangers defenseman if he should go back to the gym, and he said, Did you say that? He goes, nah, I don't deserve to say that at all. I belong in the gym at all times, guys.
All right, thank you very much.
I chuckled this morning when I was watching Tony say that. It's good.
Strom with a pass that finds its mark. Puck carried through center. McCabe plays it back for Taves out of his reach. Markstrom tips the puck to Tanev. Pressured by Hagel, who has the goal for Chicago. So far unassisted. Dubé the scorer for Calgary. Jonathan Taves in front. Blocked. Loose puck chipped away. And away goes Sean Monahan. Knocked away from him at center. Comes back to Shillington. He'll whip that in around the glass. Flames peel off on a change. As Connor Murphy goes back to it. 5th season for him in Chicago after that trade that saw him come over from Arizona for Jalmerson back in 2017.
Boy, he is playing really well right now at Chicago. He's a leader now, as a letter.
Richardson fires a pass to Lucic. Sharp angle kicked away by Fleury. Puck goes in behind. There's Murphy on it. Pass blocked. Good work there by the Flames 4th line. Lucic again scores! And the big man makes it 2-1 Calgary.
And a great 4th line shift by the Flames with Richardson, Lewis, and Lucic. And just take a look at the hard work. That was a great first attempt by Lucic. Good save by Fleury, but they just don't give up on the puck. Relentless by Richardson. Here's a high short side shot by Lucic. This is his 3rd good attempt already in tonight's game. That is the way you respond. The 4th line for Chicago had playing well. Now you respond with a great 4th line shift by the Flames.
So Lucic gets his 5th. Calgary restores the lead. And the crowd loves it.
Yeah, they love Lucic, don't they?
You know, Kelly, they're not booing, they're mooching.
Here's Kane. Lucic.
Kane with a pass. DeHaan pinching in on the backhand off Kachuk stick wide. Walk around the boards and out to Brinket. Over to Patrick Kane. He'll bank it in right to Shillington. Quickly across. Chris Tanev brings it out. Puck played deep. Seth Jones. Gaudreau on him. Jones stays on the puck. Gaudreau peels off. Kane takes the pass. Markstrom out to play. Gave it away. Doc. Lindholm right there. Doc turns. Lost control of Lindholm on him. And now Mangiapane finds Gaudreau. Late in the shift. Plays it deep. Caleb Jones back. Jujhar Khaira in the corner. Backlund sticks to him. As the puck comes free, Gustafsson is there, and he'll have a chance to get it out, but it's right to Gudbranson ahead to Backlund. Chipped it in from Mangiapane, and it was batted away, and a good play by Carpenter coming back. Now Khaira on the counterattack. Down the wing with a shot up high, and Markstrom makes the save, and he hangs on. 5.5 to go. First period. Milan Lucic, goal number 5 on the year for number 17. Flames up by 1 on Sportsnet.
Well, the Jones brothers, Seth and Caleb, are the first brothers to play for Chicago since Brent and Rich Sutter did back in '95. Here's a couple years prior when both Sutters played for, you guessed it, Daryl Sutter was their head coach. And I was talking to Rich about that, how he said, you know, he was a part of the St. Louis Blues team that the year previously knocked out Chicago. And when he came to become a member of the Blackhawks, boy, was it ever a frosty reception for him. Brent helped with that, and yes, you guessed it, it was very challenging and difficult, and to play for Daryl, it was all business, regardless of being brothers, guys.
All right, thank you very much. It's a safe bet whenever there's a brothers story in the NHL, and you say, who were the last brothers to do that? It's going to be a couple of Sutters. Now we got a penalty coming up as Taves is knocked down, and that'll be a cross-check. And Chicago will get the first power play of the game as Sean Monahan goes to the box.
And you can see there's a first cross-check by Monahan. Taves goes down. There's a second one as well. And it wasn't until the second cross-check, though, you could see the official's arm go up. I was kind of surprised by that Chicago Blackhawks picture, Rick, and I was a little offended.
Why?
The goalies weren't in the front row. Right?
That's unusual.
Isn't it? Totally.
Climb the ladder up to the
most important player on the team,
Yep.
and they're in the second row.
first power play of the game. Hawks trying to get their power play going. As the puck goes off a stick and out of play, they're 1 for 29 the last 8 games. They sit 20th this season in the league. Flames PK has been very good, 6th overall.
Michael Backlund with a great stick, which would surprise nobody. Here's Kane trying to find the lane. You're going to see Michael. Oh, excuse me, it was Lindholm. I thought it was Backlund, but it was Lindholm that got his stick on it.
Backlund wins the draw. Backlund was really good in Boston on Sunday. He was up against that Bergeron line most of the night. Kelly, I don't think I've seen that line shut down in their own building the way the Flames did.
You're right.
In person.
You're right. You and Greg Millen did a great job, too, how they had a tough night getting shots in the head as well, right? Holy.
Especially that one on Pasternak late. Off Bergeron stick. That was good to see he was okay. Now the Calgary net's jarred free as DeBrincat goes to the crease and knocks the net off its supports, and faceoff will come outside the zone.
This morning, Daryl Sutter was talking about his team and why the great success early. He said he credits their conditioning, and that's the reason why they can play at this pace. And I would agree with that. It's awfully difficult, and I think we're seeing an example of it here tonight, Rick. We're 15 minutes in, and you would assume after that tough trip and 9 games and 15 nights that there might be a little bit of fatigue. Long flight home from Boston, yet they look really good.
Minute 20 left in the Chicago power play. Kane denied entry by Lewis, so he'll reset and retreat back inside his own line and play it across to Jonathan Toews. Chicago captain back to Patrick Kane, brings the puck out of his own zone. DeBrincat on the wing, Hagel back to DeBrincat, puck trickled through just wide of the goal. Played out front, Toews shoots, and that goes off Coleman wide. A scrambling play, takes it a pretty good look, but Coleman took it off the leg. Ball up in the corner, then he's able to clear the puck, and the Flames make wholesale changes on the penalty kill. Hawks change up their power play. Eric Gustafsson will zigzag out through center and have it knocked off the stick. Chipped away, and again the Hawks have to regroup. Doc plays it across. Bobbled by Borgstrom, but he recovers back to Doc. Half minute to go on the Monahan penalty. Doc carries out. Pressured at the line, and Mangiapane there to backhand it down the ice. Mangiapane had the Flames' second shorthanded goal of the season against the Bruins a couple nights ago. After Dylan Dubé had about 15 shots on goal, Mangiapane finally put it in.
Right, that was unbelievable. And that was just Boston just standing around, right? And good players on Boston.
Yep. Kubalik with the dump in, and Anderson with the clear, and that does it as Monahan steps out of the box. Back to 5-on-5. Pitlick drops it off. Anderson on the puck. Carroll watches him. Pitlick did a good job to get the puck away and work the puck down the wing. Drops it off now. Shot off the right side. Stopped by Fleury. Zadorov. Pitlick bend. The Chuck trying to get it up foot. That one off the side of the goal. Banked ahead. Flames steal it back. Zadorov, good play to knock Johnson down. Now the Chuck trying to muscle his way in front. Jones denies that. And Carpenter makes a play out the center ice. Swatted in by Reese Johnson. Shillington back to it. Pressured. Carpenter, bouncer. Feeds it back around. Gaudreau hustling over. Gets the puck away. Pass blocked. But it slides out over the blue line as we're inside the final 3 minutes of period 1. Shillington finds Backlund. He'll bring the puck over the line, and Johnny Gaudreau golfs it into the zone. Backlund on the forecheck. McCabe gets control for Chicago. Long pass up the wing. DeBrincat with Doc going to the goal. DeBrincat drops it off. McCabe feeds it over for Kane. That's broken up, and the Flames have a 3-on-1. Backlund, Johnny Gaudreau, Mangiapane trying to get it back to Gaudreau. Stopped by Fleury out a piece of that and steered it high. Turned into a 3-on-2, and Gaudreau's still got a pretty good look.
Well, there's McCabe that turned.
Here's a chance in front for Kane. Turned away by Markstrom. Sorry, Kelly.
No, that was my fault.
Things are opening up here a little bit.
Yes, McCabe with the turnover in the offensive zone that led to that 3-on-1.
Gustafsson back. Good play by Coleman to steal. Coleman on the backhand. Fleury makes the save. Trying to reach out for the poke check, and then when he realized that wasn't going to work, he made a good play to get back in position. As Coleman got a pretty good backhand shot away. Puck played around the boards on the far side. Here's Lewis. Banks it off Fleury in front. Richardson couldn't get there, but Coleman tried to steal it back. Hassling Strome. Good work by Coleman on the shift. Gets it all the way around. Here's Tanev in front. Lewis stop. Rebound. Fleury sprawls and makes the save as we hit the final minute of play in the first. Now it's flipped in for Hagel. Hagel on the backhand. Can't get a shot away. Tanev knocked him down. Hagel back on his feet. In front. Shot wide of the goal. Borgstrom with a look, and he missed. And then Lucic able to clear as the puck rolls all the way down. They wave off icing. Hawks now an icing call that doesn't come. Both teams trying to change, and things get chaotic here in the last few shifts.
Great scoring opportunities at both ends. The Flames had 3 great chances. Hawks had a couple.
Hardman kicks the puck in deep. With a pretty good bump by Zadorov. Goodbranson cleans up over to Pittman. Zadorov at center. Puts the puck deep into the Chicago end. Fleury waiting for it. And they're going to blow it down on the offside call with 15 seconds to go in the first period.
Let's take a look at McCabe, and gets a little bit too fancy. A backhand spinorama pass is not a good idea. It leads to a 3-on-1. Johnny Gaudreau's going to get the puck right here. He tries to go up and over, and here's that great play by Fleury. He recognizes Coleman now is just going to reset and backhand it. And then Trevor Lewis gets a rebound attempt, and Fleury, old school double pad stack.
You've seen a few of those the last couple of games, Kelly, haven't we? Markstrom did it on a penalty shot in Philadelphia, right? Of all things, as the puck's flipped down the ice, and that should do it. Time winds down. Nope. They blow it down to the icing with just under a second to go.
Action-packed first period here, Rick. Shots were 6-6, about the halfway point now, and all of a sudden it's 13-7 in favor of the Flames. So a good push here the last half of this first period for the Flames.
All right. Monahan may try to fire this right on goal. I don't know if there's enough time to get it back and get a shot away.
Not likely.
He's facing off against Borgstrom. And I think they blow the horn. I think they want to check on time, possibly.
Yes. Okay.
So they will talk with the Situation Room, and they add an extra 0.3 of a second.
Yep.
All right. This thing's a little more interesting.
Now it does.
And now Monahan trying to pull it back, but Borgstrom wins the faceoff. First period comes to an end. Milan Lucic with the second Flames goal. They're up by 1, and he will be joining Ryan Leslie when we come back, and then Hockey Central with David Amber and Justin Bourne. 2-1 Calgary through 20 minutes.
Everybody, happy Tuesday. Hope you're enjoying the game. Justin Bourne, David Amber, 2-1 Flames after 20 minutes. Dubé and Lucic, the goal scores, out shooting the Hawks 13-7. And they have the lead again. 16th time this year the Flames have scored first. How much of their success in the early season has been predicated on making the other team chase the game?
Yeah, anytime you let the Calgary Flames score the first goal, you're in for a tough night. And Ken Hitchcock recently made some comments about the way they play. What makes them so effective? It's not that they defend. Everyone thinks it's Daryl Sutter having them defend. They check. They check like hell. They get after the puck. They hound the opposition, and they play physical, and they put the opposition on a three-quarter rink, which basically means the other team's got to chip it out and chase it, and they keep coming right back at them. So it's because of that style. Everyone thinks it's like some sort of trap from the 2000-era Devils. That's not it. It's checking, and it's really effective. So anytime you let these guys score first, you're in for a long night.
Yeah, but they didn't get the shutout. What's going on? What's wrong with the Flames? Full debriefing coming up. Meanwhile, in 79 days, the Olympics are going to begin in Beijing, and Hockey Canada unveiling the Hockey Canada sweaters for the Olympics. Justin, your thought? Oh, your face right now.
Man, I know. Like, you can talk me into the white one, but why are we doing the black color with the Canadian jersey? I just don't like it.
I know. It looks like a dispensary type thing. Meanwhile, John Tavares, what do you make of what we see from JT rocking the outerwear? I kind of like this.
Do you? Maybe inspired by Austin Matthews' coat in GQ a few years back. I don't know. It's okay. I don't hate this as much as, say, the jerseys we just
That's quite an endorsement. I don't hate this quite as much. Meanwhile, on Sportsnet West, Oilers and Stars first pair Dallas power play. And that was a double tip. In fact, Rope Hintz gets credit for his 6th goal in the last 6 games, beat Stuart Skinner, who's back in net yet again. And then 5 minutes later, another power play for Dallas, this time Jason Robertson. Woohoo! That was nifty. 2-0 Dallas on top. Remember, the Oilers just 1 point behind Calgary for first in the Pacific Division. Flyers and Lightning, you might have caught this on Sportsnet East, Ontario, and Pacific. Zach Bogosian just misses right there, but he finds his buddy Steven Stamkos, who makes it 2-0 beating Carter Hart, 10th of the year for Stamkos. And then Corey Perry finally finds the score sheet, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, this guy still has those hands. You let him get in tight, and he likes to take it right to the blue paint. What a finish right there.
First goal in 18 games of the Lightning. That was a sniper's goal. 4-0's your final. Vasilevsky, the 34-save shutout. You want hockey? We got hockey for you. Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey with Carolyn Cameron and the crew, 6:30 Eastern, 4:30 Mountain Time. Check out these games. You got the Habs, you got the Canucks, you got the Jets, you got the Leafs, and yes, you have the Oilers. Wall-to-wall action coming your way tomorrow. As far as tonight goes, though, let's get you back out to Scotiabank Saddledome. Ryan Leslie and Milan Lucic. Ryan.
Well, Milan, I want to start off by talking about the starts. Dubé opens it up, and you get the second one, but why is it going so well as a group this year when it comes to getting on the board first?
I think a lot of it has to go to Daryl. I mean, he gets fired up before games, and he makes sure that we're ready. And he was fired up this morning and told us we were a little flat. So he's a guy that we want to be ready for, and he gets us going every single game.
Obviously, you get your 5th of the season, but it's because of a lot of hard work between Richardson and Lewis and yourself. You know those guys. What does this trio bring? And certainly it's an effective one. Hey, all those snipers get all the credit. They get enough, but I think these guys deserve a little love too, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. And if you look at the shift that led up to the goal, I mean, we turned the puck over 3 times before I was able to put it in there. And we're all veteran guys. We've all won, and we know our strengths. We play a straight line game. We play responsible defensively, and we get into the muck, in the O-zone. And I think you saw that in the road trip, and we were able to do that here in the first period.
Appreciate the time. Best of luck in the second.
All right, thank you.
Lucic, one of the best interviews in the NHL. Ryan Leslie, Corey Sarge, first period analysis rolling your way next.
20 minutes, it's the Flames leading the Blackhawks 2-1, and I'm very pleased to welcome back Corey Sarge on set here at the Saddledome. And Corey, this was I think from the outside, a lot of people were looking at, is this a trap game for Calgary? And I think there was a moment off the top where you were maybe a little nervous if that might be the case.
Yeah, I didn't think the Flames were going to get sucked into the trap. They've been playing such great hockey this year, but those first couple shifts made me a little bit leery. There was a couple of sloppy passes, one goaltender exchange that wasn't great. They were hemmed in their end for a little while here, but if we refer back to the positive on this, great structure. That's what gets them through these first couple shifts. They've got all 5 guys collectively in the middle of the ice, and that's what they've based all of their play on this year, is their structure. So it took them a little while to get going. We finally see a fantastic pass here from Rasmus Andersson over to Dubé, and they're off to the races. And first goal again tonight, Ryan, and that's imperative for their starts.
Unbelievable. 16th time in 20 games that they've opened the scoring. So they're rolling to the starts. And you heard Milan Lucic talking about it, but this is more for your point.
Yeah, after spending some time in their end, the Dubé goal, they flipped it right away here. They spent some time. This is an extended shift by the Gaudreau, Lindholm, Tkachuk line. Pucks out high, pucks down to low. Make defenders come back to the net. Make them race out to the point. We see a good stick there by Johnny Gaudreau, reloading, getting ready to back check. And this wears down teams, and this is what the Flames have done all season long, and it was good to see them get their feet going, and that whole period started to trend differently after this shift.
There's been a lot of talk, Daryl talking about conditioning, and certainly that goes without saying at this level. It's essential, but he feels he's got a better conditioned team right around. And I think we're seeing that, and it's one thing to go out east and do that, but you also had a thought too with the elevation out here when you were playing.
Yeah, I played in Calgary, I played in Denver, and when you train at those altitudes at all time, if you take care of yourself, it's a definite advantage. It doesn't matter if you leave for a week, it doesn't matter if you're here for a large homestand. It has a huge impact, and conditioning for these athletes in this building, that's going to pay them dividends this year.
Hey, let's talk about the fourth line. We heard from Milan Lucic a moment ago, but to see the work that some of these, I don't want to say it's not role players, because it seems like this group right now is properly slotted. They've got players in the right positions who know their roles and really do establish that for Daryl.
Yeah, they've got some character guys, and our third, fourth liners this year have really been doing a fantastic job of, like Milan alluded to, getting into the muck.
Yes.
They keep reloading, they keep hounding and back pressuring teams. And here, just look at the relentless pursuit by Brad Richardson, Trevor Lewis. These are all, like Lucic alluded to, these are winners. They know how to win. They know how to get under team skin. And you know what? Fourth line, first line, these role players will do whatever they need to do for the team. And that's making the character players on your team.
If you're going to be a good team, you need to have that depth.
Yeah, and great job by the Flames identifying some of their missing things this year, their holes and their gaps that they needed to fill. And these fourth liners are looking great tonight.
Got about 45 seconds left. Why is it working so well for Calgary? That's a big picture, big picture question, but put you on the spot. Why is it working?
There's so many things, but I think it boils down to the head coach keeping people accountable. It's character within the room. And you know what? I'll go out there and say this. The line combinations this year, it's not easy to split guys up like a Monahan Gaudreau. It's not easy to shuffle players around, but Darryl, he's got the boldness. He'll do that kind of stuff, and it's paying dividends this year for this team.
What about the accountability as well? I think you've touched on it, but just the idea of he's not letting up, and you know that he's going to keep everyone accountable.
Oh, we heard this morning who took some responsibility for maybe this Flames team being ready. It's Darryl Sutter. You know, he's not going to let anybody slack off. He probably would have lambasted the boys this morning, get them ready to go. He's not going to have them fall into that trap game.
Good stuff. Okay, second period around the corner. Once again, Calgary gets on the board first, and they would add to it. It's Dubé's second and Lucic's fifth of the campaign. They've got a 2-1 lead after 20 minutes. Second period next. Stay with us. Well, the Golden State Warriors lead the NBA West with a 15-2 record, and tomorrow night they will host the Philadelphia 76ers, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Now. Now, as we know, there has been a coaching change in Chicago. It was not going well under Jeremy Colleton, and they made the move. You can see the records, and now Derek King comes in, has them playing a little bit better on ice, and has the attention of the group here, and we'll see how this goes throughout the season. But certainly a changing guard behind the bench. And speaking of how about a familiar face behind the bench? There's Rob Cookson, a longtime video coach and coach with the Calgary Flames, back with Chicago behind their bench. Had a chance to visit with him for a little bit before the game. Great to see him, and certainly a great hockey mind back there as we get you set with Rick and Kelly.
All right, Ryan, thank you very much. Flames up 2-1. Good to see Rob behind the bench. And Derek King, Kelly, you played with him on Long Island back in your Islanders days.
If my memory serves me well, just over 2 years. He was a former first rounder, in fact 13th overall in 1985. Good to see Derek having a lot of success here as the interim coach of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Promoted from the Rockford Ice Hogs in the American League when Jeremy Colleton was let go. I'd like to welcome those viewers on Sportsnet East, Ontario Pacific. Rick Ball with Kelly Rudy and Ryan Leslie. It's a 2-1 Calgary lead, this first game back after a marathon road trip. Flames went up 1-0. Hawks tying it up, and then Milan Lucic with the go-ahead goal. And that's where we stand here. Period 2 just underway. Brinket feeds a pass across Patrick Kane, working in on Hannafin. Kane tipped the puck towards the front of the goal, broken up by Lindholm. Kane gets it back along the boards. Hannafin stays in the battle. Lindholm tips it ahead, and Johnny Gaudreau feeds it out to Kachuk. Fires the puck around the boards. Bouncing far side. Settled down by Kirby Dach, who had a pretty good tilt with Blake Coleman early in the hockey game.
Really good. Coleman had the advantage early, and then Dach came on strong in the last half of the fight.
It's Tanev feeds it out to Backlund, who finds Mangiapane, denied at the line by McCabe, and Taves there to clean up with a play to Hagel, who has the Chicago goal in this game. Shillington bats the puck down and one-hands it to his partner, Chris Tanev. Pass tipped, stolen, Taves across, and it got away from Strome. He wanted to let it rip, but trickled off his stick. Now Tanev works it ahead to Andrew Mangiapane, who's been on a tear this season. 15 goals in 19 games, 5 the last 3. And he's out there on this line with Backlund and Coleman as Mangiapane plays the puck in late in the shift and turns to the bench. Here's Hagel trying to get around Goodbranson. Branson knocked the puck away and makes a play to his partner Zadorov. Ahead to Coleman at center. Now Monahan in. Plays it deep. Murphy back. up the boards and out. Kubalik plays it across. Picked off by Tyler Pitlick. Knocked down, but Monahan follows up, brings the puck in. Slow it down on the half boards. Knocked away. Bouncing in the circle. Caleb Jones drops it off. Murphy puts it off the boards. Kept in by Zadorov. Chip it down the wall. Played back to the line, and now it's worked out to center ice. Kubalik slows it down. Little turn. He'll play it deep. Zadorov behind the net. Not away from him. Kara off the bench into the play. Bumps it back to the line. DeHaan fakes. Pressured. Kubalik gets the loose puck. We'll try a shot from a sharp angle. That's off a stick and into the netting on a play.
Well, you look at some individual efforts that have led to individual success, but also team success. Johnny Gaudreau, 22 points, tied for 5th in the NHL. Andrew, 15 goals, tied for 2nd with Ovechkin. Markstrom, 1st with 5 shutouts. And Lindholm, 1st in the NHL, plus 18. So I think if you have starts like that, you're going to have pretty good team success, Rick.
And then they get goals from Lucic and Dubé, some of the supporting cast chipping in this one. They've had the lead longer than any other team in the NHL this season. They've scored the first goal now 16 of 20 games.
That to me is number one, right? And goal differential, really impressive the entire season, but first period in particular.
Kirby Dach back to the front, makes a play to DeHaan. He'll fire a pass out to Alex DeBrincat, backhands it in. Markstrom behind the net. Lucic checked, puck to the line, kept onside there by Seth Jones. DeBrincat pressured, puck clears, DeHaan back to it. Cross to Jones, he'll retreat, shadow by Lucic. Stolen by Hannafin, carries in, 3 Flames over the line. Hannafin, sharp angle shot up high on Fleury, and bobbled the puck for a moment, but able to cover up.
And I talked about best first period goal differential. People will tell you in the game that that is a good number to look at and tell you in terms of how well you're playing. Flames lead the entire league, plus 15. To look at all the other teams that are having some success around the league, and all really great first period goal differential.
Top unit back on for Calgary. Lindholm wave. Tkachuk will step in to take the face-off against Reese Johnson. Reaches up to his face. Not sure if it was the puck or maybe a stick that got him. Either way, play continues. Tanev back at the line with a shot just wide off Tkachuk's stick. Racing in is Shillington, knocked away from him, and it winds up in the Calgary bench.
So let's take a look at Matthew Tkachuk and what happens in the face-off circle. He's up against Reese Johnson. Watch the butt end of the stick right there. Gets Matthew Tkachuk in the visor and a little bit by the nose and the mouth. Tough to spot that if you're an official, right?
Face-off win Calgary. Johnny Gaudreau shoots. Fleury makes the save. Gaudreau gets the rebound. Nice play to Tanev. Tanev passing, deflected in front. Second chance block. Lindholm reaching in, and it's taken away. Jujhar Khaira carries out. Plays it in deep. Markstrom, stick handling, popped up. They score! Given away, put home by Reese Johnson. His first NHL goal. And that ties it up at 2.
The Flames had a number of really good chances just prior to this. Johnny Gaudreau from the corner gets a good shot. Now they just stay on the puck. Gaudreau spots Tanev. Watch Lindholm in the middle. A nice redirect. 2 good saves by Fleury. And all of a sudden, puck comes down the other end. Markstrom actually makes a nice play. Good patience. Puts it to Lindholm. He can't handle it. And then Markstrom is not ready whatsoever. He's still coming back to the net. You can see Reese Johnson just fired it as quickly as he could towards the net. Not a hard shot, not all that accurate, just put it in the middle of the net, and Markstrom had a hard time recovering.
Well, 23-year-old in his 16th NHL game gets his first goal on set. Nice memory for the former Red Deer Rebel who played junior hockey just an hour and a half up the highway. There's Coleman in. Swings wide, pass in front, broken up by Hagel. Strome backhands it in. Markstrom whips the puck around the glass. Knocked down by Coleman. Rasmus Anderson slides the puck in deep. Mangiapane chasing. Tips it around to the other side. Coleman's there. Puck at his feet. Taves trying to fish it out. So is Caleb Jones. Backlund winds up with the puck. And plays it towards Hannafin. He'll whip it around the boards. Anderson pinching on the near side. Gets to it first. In deep, in behind, out the other side. Mangiapane stopped by Fleury. Bouncing rebound. Puck at the line, and it's off a stick and out to center. As Andrew Mangiapane looks for his 16th goal of the season. 5 minutes gone, second period. We're all tied up again, 2-2. Long pass off the mark. Monahan trying to get there, but it winds up an icing call.
Let's take a look at the Reese Johnson goal. And I wonder if Markstrom, I thought it was a good pass. Let's see if he handcuffs Lindholm at all, or Lindholm just takes his eye off it. You know what? I think that's still a pretty good pass. Lindholm just didn't handle it properly. Take a look at Johnson on the ISO, and quickly spins and turns. That's not an easy play. But he had presence of mind just to put it on net.
Markstrom facing off against Monahan, who wins it.
Do you think Lindholm is
It looked pretty good to me.
I thought it was a pretty good exchange.
I didn't think it was that bad a pass. It's kind of normally something Lindholm would have no problem with, even if it was a little off the mark.
Right.
Johnson, right place, right time to get his first goal.
Usually the case.
Flames on the puck in their own zone.
No!
Johnson gets in. By the way, Stillman got hurt in Vancouver the other night. Down with what looked like, I don't want to play doctor, but a possible knee injury. Lucic plays the puck in. Flames will change. 6 minutes gone here in the second. Off the glass, just in play. To break it out at center. Will play it across the dock. Carries down his off wing with a pass across into the feet of Keane. Given away. To break it, shot blocked. And all the way around. Shillington's there, and he'll lift it to the line and out. Dock back in. Beats the puck around. DeBrincat takes a look, tries a shot. Shillington's stick steers that over the glass. We get a whistle with 13.5 to go in the second period. Reese Johnson's tied it up. We're all even at 2 on Sportsnet.
Welcome back inside the Scotiabank Saddledome. 7 years to the day since we lost Pat Quinn. Yes, obviously a very important person in the game and just touched so many people. I had a chat with Brad Treliving about his relationship with Pat today, just saying, you know what, he was just one of the greats and always had a chance to listen. And he always wanted to know what you were up to. And he said, you know, it goes back to his time when he was trying out with Vancouver, and they just struck up a relationship, and one of his mentors. And I know he touched so many people in the hockey world that made such an impression 7 years ago.
You're right, Ryan. He touched me. He was my coach in Moscow in '86 in the World Championships. And I got to know him a little bit, and I had some speaking engagements with him when he retired. And just a lovely, lovely man. We all miss him dearly.
Yeah, a lot of great people in this sport, but I can't think of anybody more respected.
I agree.
Than Pat Quinn. To break it down the wing with a pass across. Here's a chance. Markstrom makes the save, takes a peek, and able to squeeze the arm and stop that shot off the wing by Patrick Kane.
And a big save by Markstrom after giving up that game-tying goal. What a nice play by DeBrincat. Great patience crossing the blue line. Puts it right onto the tape of Kane. Markstrom, although that's a big save, I think he questioned it just a little bit, whether that snuck under his arm.
Taves out to face off against Lindholm. Tanev gets the puck. Kachuk bumps it back. Tanev again across to Oliver Shillington. Here's Lindholm. Checked by Taves at center ice. And just offside as Hagel couldn't hold up. Hawks don't like the call, but they blow it down.
So one thing about Derek King, real bright guy, and one of the things we talked about Rob Cookson, Ryan did that, but also Mark Crawford, important that Mark Crawford runs most of the practices. So Derek King recognizes that, listen, here I am, but I've got to delegate. a little bit. And one of the things he mentioned to his team when he was hired as interim head coach, just play, don't think. And it's worked.
Yep, 5-1 since he's taken over. Here's Tkachuk with a play to Gaudreau off the boards, works the puck down the wing with a shot up high on Fleury, makes the save. Puck to center, Flames on it there. Hagel couldn't find it, but it goes right back to Shillington. Tanev, long pass for Gaudreau, denied entry at the line by Murphy. Loose at center ice, poke to the boards. Caleb Jones swats it in. Shillington back, fakes, works it ahead to Tanev. Pressured by Kara. Fished free by Lindholm. And now it's Shillington. Lindholm backhands it in. Jake McCabe back. Tkachuk peels off. Flames change. 8 minutes gone. Second period. Markstrom out to play it again. He'll whip it up the boards. Dubé opened the scoring early in this one. Finds Monahan. Pitlick trying to muscle his way in. Here's Monahan with a shot, and that's wide of the goal. Branson back to it. And on the boards for Dubé. This one on goal, turned away by Fleury. Monahan on it again. Pitlick in the corner. Bumped by Gustafsson. Worked out by Dubé with a pass back to the line. Deflected and bouncing away from Zadorov. He'll have to reset. Neutral ice with a pass to Pitlick. Tipped it in, but out of the reach of Monahan. It's settled down by Eric Gustafsson. Cave. Feeds it out to Borgstrom. Chip and chase. Carpenter up on the forecheck as well. Milan Lucic picks it up far side. Pumps it back. Gave it away to Carpenter. Shot deflected by Branson. Wide of the goal. Not out. Played back in front. Bounces under the corner right to Lewis. He'll feed it out to Lucic at center. Hawks back on it. Kubalik in. Lucic skids in front of him. Kubalik trying to get the puck loose. Put it down low. Zadorov's there. He'll lift it high to center ice. Bounces at the feet of Lewis. DeHaan quickly ahead. Doc trying to spring. Kane with a bit of room. Here's Kane. Stopped by Markstrom. Patrick Kane with a partial break, and Markstrom shuts the door. Second good look for Kane in the last couple of shifts. To break it now. Bumps it back. Chicago pressing to go up for the first time. DeHaan shot wide. That bounces around. Lucic up there for a while now. Hempel stolen by Kane. Flip pass back to Seth Jones. Fakes. Turns. Jones plays it across to Brinket. In front with a pass tipped away by Richardson. And that's cleaned up by Lewis, and he'll flip it out. Lucic able to get to the bench. That's it, though. Here's Jones with a shot. That was blocked. Second chance hit Kane. He settles it down. On the other side now for Murphy. Back to Kane. Kane shoots. Markstrom save. Rebound. Scoop. Good play there by Branson. Lifted the stick of Doc and took the puck away with Doc standing right in front.
And that was a dangerous chance by Patrick Kane. He recognized Doc was right in front. That was a really good sneak, good save by Markstrom.
Flames finally get a change, and now Chicago ices the puck with 9:14 to go after some extended pressure by the Hawks in the Calgary zone.
No kidding. Here's a turnover at the Blackhawks blue line. Quickly turned up by Doc. He spots Kane. Watch this save by Markstrom. He gets just a little bit of it, and then off the post as well. What an opportunity for Kane. Kane's had 3 good chances. Coleman's going to get hit in the head. Let's take a look at Murphy. Oh, yeah, and the follow-through in the stick. He gets Coleman right in the face.
Coleman's okay out there on the shift. Mangiapane against Taves. Wins the draw for Calgary. Shillington puts the puck to Backlund. Backlund protects the puck. Murphy trying to get it. Here's Mangiapane in front. Coleman! That's just wide. Fleury may have gotten a piece of it. Good look for Blake Coleman. Fed around. Mangiapane back to the point for Tanev. Hustles over. Keeps it alive. Pass hit Backlund. Bounces out. And Strome is there under pressure, but he's helped up by Caleb Jones, who plays it across to Connor Murphy. Hagel gets it back to the line. There's a wrister just wide. Taves on the loose puck. Tanev on him. Puck goes to Hagel. Strome now. Down low. Shillington breaks up the cycle, and Finds Michael Backlund. Away he goes. Leads 3 Flames into the zone. Mangiapane. Backlund. Knocked off his stick. Brandon Hagel gets the puck to Eric Gustafsson, who plays it deep. There's Johnson up on the forecheck. Puck in the corner. Kara comes in. Back to the line. McKay, quick shot deflected by Johnson, looking for a second. That one's just wide. Johnny Gaudreau makes a quick pass. Finds Hannafin. Brings it out. He'll fire the puck around the boards. Rasmus Anderson racing in, but Fleury cut it off behind the net.
Game has really picked up the last 3-4 minutes.
Hawks clear. 2-2 game. Just past the 12-minute mark in the second. Here's Lindholm. Johnny Gaudreau waiting for it. Back around for Eric Branson. And a rolling puck run away. He's not happy about that. As he retreats back into his own zone. Earmuffs kicks. Branson gets the puck again. Right up the middle with a pass to Gaudreau. Tipped it in. Gustafsson back and rolls to Fleury. Plays the puck with Gaudreau right there. That was gutsy. Puck comes around. Here's Monahan in front, but he couldn't quite get a stick to it as the puck bounced away. Going for the line and out. Right to Borgstrom. Slides the puck in deep. Zadorov back. Kubalik on him. And now Pitlick has control. His pass tipped, but he gets it out. Blasted right back in by Chicago. Eric Branson fires a pass up the middle. Pitlick cuts in. DeHaan took it away. Finds Doc, and away he goes with the Brinket. They crisscross over the line just onside. Doc to the circle, put it in front. Monahan back to take that away. Puck play back around for Seth Jones. As he works it to the line, it drops it off for Kane. Kane down the board. Stolen. Dubé. For Monahan. Off skated in. Pressuring Jones. Monahan late in the shift will go to the bench. As Patrick Kane takes control. Deflected back to Tanev. Here's Lucic. Over the line. Krister. That went wide. DeHaan's pass tipped out by Kane. Tanev goes back to it. Past the 14-minute mark in the second period. Oliver Shillington skates to center. Finds Lewis down the way. Lewis with a shot. Turn aside. Rebound off traffic as Lucic muscled his way to the front of the net. That one just wide. Bouncing back to the line to Richardson. Can't keep it in. Now it's back in offside. And the whistle blows with 5:34 to go in the second period. Kane's had some chances. Partial break. Off Markstrom off the post. We're all even on Sportsnet. Well, it is great to have Buds back in the stands here in Calgary. They always make the game better. That's what Buds do.
You look at these two teams, and man, they are stingy, aren't they? The 2-2 game right here. Fewest goals against per game since November 7th. Look at those numbers. Calgary 2, Chicago's in number 3, and look at the win-loss records for these 4 teams. That tells you the importance of keeping the puck out of your net.
And those numbers have come way down for Chicago because their overall numbers in the season are still over 3. But since the coaching change, that area has improved. The Flames are the #1 team for the season on the whole so far in goals against at 1.89 coming into the game.
Man, Jack Campbell on the run, right?
Oh, my goodness. Here's Backlund on the puck. Tanev waiting for it now. Quick shot. Fleury save. Rebound. And that shot blocked as Backlund let it go. Hagel gets the puck out. Pass tipped away at center. Mangiapane heads in. Now Coleman to the circle. Pushed to the corner by Murphy. Here's Mangiapane from behind the net. Trying to get it in front. Forced back to the boards. Stays in the battle. Off the wall. Mangiapane got a weak shot away. It's wide. Then back to Tanev. He surveys. Here's Coleman. Wrist shot deflected. Toe saved by Fleury. Does that change direction? Now Backlund with a chance. Doesn't shoot. Plays the puck to the other side. Shillington races to it. Gets the puck loose on the far side with a play over to Tanev. Lots of traffic in front. He shoots and Fleury makes the save. Now Calgary with some extended pressure. Coleman's back at the line. Wrist shot deflected and that triples wide. And it's Caleb Jones putting it off the top of the boards and out. A roller. Shillington swatted at it. almost lost his balance, gets it back. The long bank pass to Gaudreau. Woodley with speed. Dropped it off to the check. Shot! Stop! Fleury reaches behind. Puck loose between his pads. He's able to squeeze the legs. And hang on for a whistle. 4:15 to go, second period. Calgary buzzing, coming close. Still tied at 2.
With 22 saves so far. This one gave him a little bit of trouble, though. The shot from Matthew Tkachuk wasn't quite sure where it was. Let's take a look at all-time wins list for goaltenders where Marc-Andre Fleury sits. Just 3 back of 500 wins. I'm pretty sure he's going to reach Patrick Roy's number. Take a look how fewer number of games, 895. That's remarkable. Now, it's not a given he's going to beat Patrick Roy, but at 36 years old, you have to think the wins are going to come a little bit fewer. Now, having said that, I don't think he's going to beat Marty Brodeur.
That would take a pretty good run.
He'd have to go on a pretty good run for a long time yet.
As he gobbles up that shot by Rasmus Anderson.
But hey, listen, when you go first overall in your draft class, this is kind of not expected of you, but this is what is hoped of you. He's had a remarkable career and a great guy.
Backbone of that great Pittsburgh team, and then he goes to Vegas, and they're a surprisingly good team, and has a good run there. Here's a chance to front for him with a save off Gaudreau, loose pucky. That's the snow angel. It's underneath, and he's able to hang on. As again, Calgary buzzing. And Fleury smothers that puck. A little unorthodox, but enough for a whistle.
Hey, it doesn't matter what it looks like, Rick, as long as you make the save. So another good opportunity here. Rasmus Anderson just going to throw it at the net. There's Johnny Gaudreau with a real nice redirect. Fleury again had lost it. He knew it was under him somewhere, just not quite sure. And let's take a look at his numbers. Last 4 games, just remarkable, spectacular. Even a little bit better, that .964 save percentage than we expect. Last Sunday, 2 days ago, that shutout in Vancouver.
40 saves in that game. Gave some love to his goal post, too.
Yeah, he did, right?
Got shots off the post, too.
All on the same side, too.
Hands it up on the forecheck. Or back as the Hawks are up on the forecheck, and Tara plays the puck around. Knocks his man down, back to the line. Seth Jones kept it in. 3.5 to go in the second. Hardman battling with Hannafin. Kara back to Doc, just off the bench. His shot goes off the Gaudreau stick and out of play.
Well, you mentioned it, Rick, so this is how good our production team is. Let's go to Sunday and where these shots all off the post on his blocker side, which is, I don't think that's a weakness, that's a coincidence in my opinion. It's you're allowed a little bit of luck from time to time, and Fleury recognized it at the end of the game, gave his post a little bit of love. There you go, buddy. Thank you very much.
Face-off win Chicago. Jones, quick shot. That hits bodies in front. Nice pad save. Markstrom off Doc, who spun and got a pretty good chance. Meantime, Dubé back the other way. He opened the scoring at the 1:19 mark of this hockey game. Pitlick racing in. Puck gets away. DeBrincat feeds it over. Kirby Doc back to Alex DeBrincat down the wing. Pass over. Kane on the backhand. Put it in front. That's knocked aside. And back come the Flames. They may have numbers. Dubé in. Monahan settles it down to the backhand. And somehow that's things out on a goal mouth scramble. Way back to the line to Branson. He takes a look. Wrist shot off the leg. Seth Jones got in the way. Pass for DeBrincat's off the mark. Touch the puck though, no icing. Branson tipped in by Richardson. Gustafson's for it. Strong got it out. Might be a 2-on-1. Taves back. Hagel's in front. Taves, Hagel! Stop by Markstrom! What a save by Markstrom as Hagel looking for a second on a terrific setup by Taves. Shut down by Jacob Markstrom.
3 great saves by Markstrom. Here's this turnaround shot by Doc. Great reactionary save by Markstrom. Now he's going to come across. Watch Kane throw it in front. Gets a little bit of help. Doesn't quite get to Doc. And then Taves gets it to Hagel, and no time whatsoever on that release. Quick movement from his left to his right by Markstrom.
Flames win the face-off. Hannafin's back on the puck. Pressured, but able to bank it to the line. Not out. Hit the linesman. That allows Strome to steal. And Hannafin's lost the stick in the process. Angles able to work it back to the point to McCabe. Plays it over for a one-timer, and Markstrom will hang on. And with the Flames down a stick, they'll be able to regroup with 1:59 to go in the period.
It has been a bit of a common theme here at the Scotiabank Saddledome. Jacob Markstrom doesn't have a lot of work in comparison to the goaltender at the other end, but he has to make some outstanding saves when he does face those shots. Only 15 shots faced here near the end of the second, but I can think of about 6 or 7 great saves.
Yep. Mangiapane bumps it back. Backlund winds up with a puck on a stick and makes a play to Coleman. Nice pass to Mangiapane. Lost the handle. Gets it back in time to play it around for Backlund. D not there. Wanted to play it to the point, but they were changing, so he works the puck to the corner. Blocked by Doc. Backlund stays on it. Doc keeps him to the outside. Mangiapane will try now. Tanev pinches down the boards. Mangiapane pinned along the wall by Seth Jones, and DeBrincat's able to get the puck and work it out with a pass to Kane. Shillington checks him. Pressured by Doc, who steals back. Here's Kane to the line. Murphy shoots, and that was blocked by Coleman. Murphy in deep. Coleman on him. Shillington got the puck away from Doc, makes a pass to Coleman, out to Mangiapane on the near side with Tanev as we hit the final into play in the period. Here's Mangiapane, and rolling puck got away, and as the Flames were changing, Johnny Gaudreau came on the ice, but he was offside.
You know, this is an evenly played game right now. I thought for the majority part of the second period is all Flames, but I say the last 4 minutes or so, there's been a real good push here by the Blackhawks. And if they continue this play, this is going to be a real fun third period.
Jake McCabe back to the puck, fires a pass on the far side for Carpenter. He'll whip it in. Kubalik bumping with Anderson. Noah Hannafin gets control. Here's Gaudreau. Forced to play it back around for Rasmus Anderson with a half minute to go in the period. Hard pass at the board, cut off by Kubalik, who keeps it onside. Gets a shot away, blocked by Lindholm. Bounces over to Hannafin. Gaudreau tipped it to Lindholm. Pass denied, gets it back, bumps it back, and Hannafin skates it out as Carpenter lost his stick. Hannafin dumps the puck here with 15 seconds to go in the period. Hawks are on it, though. Up the boards, given away. Here's Gaudreau with Tkachuk going out front. Gaudreau's pass broken up by Kubalik. And now Kara in, but time will wind down before we can shoot. As the horn sounds and period number 2 comes to an end. So the only goal in that period off the stick of Reese Johnson, his first NHL goal, tied it up at 2. Michael Backlund will join Ryan Leslie coming up. And then Ryan will talk to Corey Sarich as well, following Hockey Central with David Amber and Justin Bourne. All tied at 2 through 2 on Sportsnet.
Regina's Reese Johnson has us tied at 2 after 2. Justin Bourne and David Amber, great to have you along. Flames in a tight one here, and it's interesting because all season the Flames goaltenders have been driving the opponents nuts. Tonight, maybe it's a bit of a turnaround.
Yeah, you know, the Flames haven't been perfect tonight. I would say this is a bit of a B performance from the Flames, but they're so good this season. Their B performance is pretty good. They've actually been all over Fleury, as you mentioned, David. I mean, a lot of these pucks around the crease, you just see him in the split scrambling around, and that immediately leads that save there. They go back the other way. Instead of 3-1, all of a sudden it's 2-2. But, you know, they kept coming. They kept pouring pucks on him. Fleury was getting a little piece of everything, keeping everything out of that net. And, you know, that's crucial for this Chicago team. And it reminds me of what they did to Vancouver last week, where Fleury just got just enough pucks, rope-a-dope a little bit. All of a sudden, they're still in the game. They hang around, go into the third period, tied or close, and then brought a better version of their game in their third period. So that's something for the Flames, is to not get frustrated, even though he's making some saves right now, to keep coming, because they're a much better team than the Blackhawks in the end.
Yeah, Flames out shooting Chicago 27-15. If Fleury ends up Canada's goalie, I have no problem at the upcoming Olympics in Beijing. We will see how that shakes down. Meanwhile, on Sportsnet West, let's see what's shaking down with the Oilers taking on the Dallas Stars. John Klingberg on the power play, the shot. Little double deflection here, and it's Rope Hintz. 6th goal in 6 games for him, 1-0 Dallas. And that's a theme here, power play Dallas and goals. And look at this one, Jason Robertson, tic-tac-toe. He finishes, had that great rookie year. 2 for 2 on the power play. They're now 2 for 5 on the power play. Second period, as the power play expires, Denis Gurianov makes it 3-0, beating Stuart Skinner. That's a pretty good rush. That's McDavid-like.
One of the best skaters in the league.
But Edmonton does get on the board. Leon Draisaitl to Ryan McLeod on the odd man break. Great pass, great finish. By the way, McDavid, 13 minutes left, doesn't have a point yet, and it's still 3-1, Dallas on top on Sportsnet West. Flyers and Lightning. You say the Lightning are okay. They don't have Point. They don't have Kucherov, but they do have Steven Stamkos.
No, they have Zach Bogosian, superstar offensive player Zach Bogosian.
And he found Stamkos, and he scored the first goal Bogosian did, and it's 2-0 Tampa. They weren't done there. Corey Perry.
Yeah, love the way he turns the corner and takes it right to the net. That's something he's done well his whole career, and we know he's got the hands to put it away.
We're having a whole Corey Perry Hall of Fame debate off camera, and his resume continues to build. 4-0 is the final there. Vasilevsky with the shutout. Meanwhile, tomorrow night, this is a, what do you got, quintuple header?
I think that's the right phrasing.
Well,
yes.
It's not really, they're not all in succession, but bottom line is Montreal, Vancouver, Winnipeg, Toronto, and Edmonton. 5 games all rolling your way. Going to be a great night of hockey here. It's Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey with Carolyn Cameron and the gang. That starts at 6:30 Eastern. Let's get you back to Scotiabank Saddledome, though. Ryan Leslie standing by with Michael Backlund.
Well, Michael, your group's played a lot of hockey, most of it on the road of late, but how important now is it to kind of maybe push some of that fatigue aside and finish strong here before a couple of days off?
Yeah, it's a big period for us for sure. It ties into our road trip. We want to finish off as well. So it's a tight game. We have the line with Kane and the brink of the create a lot, so we gotta keep on the outside and keep getting the ozone time and a little more traffic to the net and hopefully score. Hey,
Corey Sarge says that duster's come a long way since the first year that you tried to grow one. Do you have a retort or a response to that?
I don't know if I've ever seen Sarge have a musty. Has he?
He's got a little
tickler right now.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we appreciate it. Good luck in the third period. Thanks for joining us, Michael.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Oh, man. All right, Deuces Wild. 2-2 after 2. Ryan and Corey Sarge coming up. Full analysis rolling your way. You're watching the Flames on Sportsnet 1.
Welcome back to TELUS Flames Hockey on Sportsnet. It's the Hawks who tied things up in that period. We got a 2-2 game after 2 as we welcome you back in to the Scotiabank Saddledome. And Corey, let's just talk about those Hawks because, you played against some very dangerous Blackhawk teams in the past. And I know they're not there now. They're kind of in that place where a rebuild or build on the fly, that's up for debate. But what was it like bearing down when you saw guys like Taves and Kane in their prime to go along with so many others?
Yeah,
how dangerous were they as a player?
Let's just throw a few more names out there. Yeah. Hossa, Havlet, Sharp, Saad. I mean, they used to just come at you in waves, and they were the model for the NHL team there right around 2010, a little before and then long after. They just were so sharp defensively, they didn't give you anything. When you went into their building, you felt like you didn't stand a chance. They might have won games mentally before he even stepped on the ice in that arena. And it wasn't that easy at home either. And then the other thing, offensively, they were so well prepped. You made one mistake, they put the puck in your net, and things are a little bit different here now, but I remember those days, and I still remember those couple guys that are still out there, 88 and 19, pretty sharp as well.
And the anthem, I always thought gave them an advantage at home too. That was just nuts.
Give you shivers.
Okay, well, you mentioned it. There's still a couple of guys here who can still bring it. And I know there's some frustration with Jonathan Taves. Hasn't got a goal yet this season, but we see some flashes of it. I know you're going to point something out, but also Patrick Kane is still a game changer.
Yeah, this is a team that you don't want to leave hanging around. You don't want to let them linger. I know that Kelly and Rick were alluding to it earlier here before we got into the intermission. And these guys are quick strike players. Kane can make plays. He can finish plays. Jonathan Taves over his career has been a great setup man, but scoring timely goals as well. And maybe a little bit snake bitten here as of late, but obviously playing better hockey with the coaching change, and maybe that's something that's going to rejuvenate these guys.
I mean, that kind of pass, and I mean, that's just, he's still got it.
And you just wonder with these guys, if the frustration is settling in a little bit, they're used to having players surrounding supporting cast that can finish all those plays, that could set them up. And things, I won't say came easy. These guys worked hard for their championships, but man, they were an impressive team, and it's got to be a bit of an adjustment and from a mindset perspective, you know, having some younger kids and having to now start re-grooming these other younger players.
And we'll see how that all plays out. Now, time for our nightly look at Corey Sarch's under-the-radar heroes. We've talked about him in the past, but let's go back to it because Eric Branson just does those little things. As you said, he just does his job.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We gave a shout out to the fourth line in the first intermission. We better give a shout out to the third D pairing. Eric Branson, he's just been rock solid. He's come in here, mustache and all, and you know, been very settling and very calming for this last pair. It's allowed Nikita Zadorov to get his footing, Valimaki to get his footing, and just here, it's simple. He's aware of what's going on. He uses that long-rangey stick. Simple play, start the breakout. He's really been, you know, working on his positioning. I watched him a lot. I covered a lot of those Calgary-Ottawa games last year. And maybe a product of trying to do too much. I found him running all over the place. And that can happen when you play on a team that's maybe not having the success that the Calgary Flames are. But you need guys like this. Good sticks, solidify the defense. You know, if it starts from the back end out, I always say. So, D-men, brains of the operation, rock solid. Get those forwards going when they need a little boost.
Did you say brains of the operation?
Of course, Ryan,
I love it.
Of course.
Okay, real quick. This is a team, as we just spoke with Michael Backlund, a lot of hockey. Fatigue, no doubt, setting in. They just want to get home and have some normalcy, and they got a couple of days off that they can see right now. How important is this third right now, and what is maybe the message to keep focused?
Crucial. They got to come out flying this period. You don't want Daryl Sutter having him on your case for the next couple days. These are important points. This team's done a great job all year, and I don't expect anything less but a great effort in this third period. I think they're very capable, and that's going to be the result.
He is the Tom Selleck of mustaches here in the intermission. Well done. We will step aside. We've got a 2-2 game after 40 minutes. The third period around the corner. Hawks keeping it interesting. Markstrom doing his job. We'll see what happens here in the third. Stay with us. Takes on Sweden to begin round-robin play from Madrid, and it gets underway this Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Now. And, you know, we've been talking a little bit about the Chicago Blackhawks and some of their snipers of years gone past, but, hey, how about maybe the future? And Alex DeBrincat, who has done nothing but just score some goals, and he really seems to have found that scoring confidence back. And talking to some people close to the team, he wants the puck, and he's getting a chance to play with the likes of Kane, and certainly feeling good about his game in this mini turnaround, if you will. So Alex DeBrincat is certainly emerging as one of their mainstays when it comes to the offensive side of things as we send it upstairs to Rick and Ken.
All right, Ryan, thank you. In a 2-2 game, DeBrincat comes into the game tonight with 11. 7 goals his last 8. He's third in the league in goals last season, the abbreviated year with 32.
And he is a terrific young player, centered by Kirby Dach, another outstanding prospect, and Patrick Kane. Rick, you may remember, I believe it was a 2019 prospects game. Kirby Dach was on my team in Red Deer.
Are you taking credit for his career so far?
I am not. He has a lot of hockey sense. I don't.
Here's Johnny Gaudreau on the puck. So this third period will be a test for the Flames, as we talked about off the top. A ton of hockey and a lot of travel. See what they have in the tank in a 2-2 game. Matthew Tkachuk protects the puck. Here's Gaudreau. Whips it back around for Rasmus Andersson. In deep one more time for Gaudreau. Tkachuk goes in front. Gaudreau pressured by DeHaan. Lindholm comes over. Gaudreau again. Passes over to Hanifin. Hanifin shoots, and that's stopped by Fleury. Tkachuk parked in front. Fleury's able to hang on.
This period brought to you by Toyota RAV4. There's more out there to experience.
Pretty easy save for Marc-Andre Fleury. This is what you like to start a period. It's from well out. It's Noah Hanifin. rips that shot. Easy glove save. Although I have to say the first shot on goal that Marc-Andre Fleury had was a similar shot that he let in.
Set play for the Flames. A shot by Mangiapane. Whistles just wide. That may have tipped something in front.
I think it did, yeah.
Backlund on the faceoff there, Kelly. 7 for 9 in the game. And goes against Taves, who has the puck now and backhands it in. Hagel up on the attack. Checked by Tanev. Puck comes to McCabe. He'll whip it around the boards. Back to Gustafsson. Here's Taves. Gustafsson takes a look, passes Hagel in front with a shot, and that's stopped by Markstrom, who came out to challenge. Backlund gets the rebound, skates to center. Michael Backlund in with Coleman. Shot blocked by Gustafsson. Eric Gustafsson puts the puck to the boards. Goodbranson there with a quick shot, turned away by Fleury. Fleury leaves the puck for Jake McCabe. He'll put it over to the corner and get it back. Flames finish off a change. Borgstrom gathering speed, wheels out of his own zone. On the wing now, Carpenter left the puck behind, wanted to shoot. Bounces in the corner. Here's Carpenter from behind the net with a bank pass to the line. Caleb Jones over to Murphy, long shot blocked off the leg of Monahan, right to Dubé, and away he goes. Finds Monahan out at center, cuts it over the line with Pitlick. Here's Pitlick shooting, and that's off the leg. Bounces to Hannafin, kicks the puck to the far side. Dubé drops it off to Monahan. In deep to Hannafin, who's down low. Top of the circle, in front for Dubé, stopped by Fleury, smothers the rebound. Dubé right there, Fleury's able to hang on.
So, Rick, you mentioned the set play, and this is a play that the Flames seem to have a lot of success with. Backlund's going to win the draw, get a little bit of help, and then Mangiapane is just going to go to the point, and that is just going to hit McCabe in the foot and just go a little bit wide. Let's take a look at Michael Backlund with the defensive play right here, and although he does deflect it still on Markstrom, it was a good, smart play by Michael Backlund. Dylan Dubé with a good chance just now as well.
Looking for his second. Lewis Wade, Richardson to face off against Doc. 2.5 gone in the third. Doc wins the draw. Back to DeHaan. Ahead to Alex DeBrincat. On the wing now to Kane. Slowly in. Plays it deep. Doc after it. Pumped by Anderson. Hannafin comes in. Got the puck around. Lewis check. Played back to the line. Kane. Here's Jones. Jones shoots, and that's off a leg in front. And now Lucic will have a chance to get it out and does. Puts it between Kane and DeHaan all the way down. They wave off icing. Seth Jones back to it. Lucic barreling down on him, forces a turnover. Gets the puck in the corner. Brinkett pressured by Richardson. Chip to the line. Kept in by Shillington with a quick shot that he whistled high and wide. Tanev racing over to keep it in. Behind the net for Pitlick. That's Tkachuk, pardon me, gets it back around for Tanev. Here's Tkachuk one more time. Rest of his line mates on the ice, but Tanev mishandled that pass, and DeBrincat's able to bring it up. Working in on Lindholm, back on D. Shovel around the boards. Shillington to Gaudreau. And away he goes. Flipped one in, bluffed by Fleury on the one hopper, and he hangs on.
Nice play by Patrick Kane to get the puck to Seth Jones, and then you're going to see Rasmus Andersson get good body position and make a big block. Two good plays there actually by Rasmus Andersson. He blocked out Kirby Dach and also blocked the shot. Impressive.
Yep. Plus 12 now on the season for Andersson. He's still looking for his first goal, but he has 9
What a great season, right?
Yep.
25 years old. Rasmus Andersson is, and that's when I think you really start to see the consistency of a lot of players.
Short change to point two. He had an assist on Dubé's goal, so he's up to 10 assists on the year. There's a steal by the Flames. Here's Gaudreau trying to get a shot away. Down low, circles the net, out the other side. Gaudreau with a pass, gets it back in the circle, surveys, Lindholm, stopped by Fleury. Lindholm again in front, that bounces back to Gaudreau. Gaudreau can't pull the trigger. Zadorov onto it. Gaudreau now keeps the pressure on with a play around to Tkachuk. Nice pass to Lindholm through traffic. Gaudreau back to Tkachuk. Tkachuk shoots, stopped by Fleury, top of the crease, and he hangs on for a faceoff. as that Lindholm line was buzzing on that shift.
They sure were. Jake McCabe slapped his stick on the ice after the whistle blew. Not happy. Take a look at Marc-Andre Fleury, how he's just going to battle here, try and stay on his feet as much as possible, try and find an opening. Does just that, reads the play exceptionally well, takes away that Lindholm opportunity. That's hard work, by the way, up and down for the goaltender, side to side. You can see him sort of stretching his back just a little bit there. You got to take a break every once in a while.
Macklin gets out with the win. Here's Anderson with a quick pass. There's a shot that whistles wide. Mangiapane looking for the net on the glove side and just missed. Brings it back to Anderson. On the boards to Backlund. Backlund over to Hanifin on the other side as he switched sides with Anderson, who's in deep. Shot deflected wide. Mangiapane off the glass, and it winds up in the netting and on the play as we approach the 5-minute mark here in the third.
So it's hard for Marc-Andre Fleury right now, taking a little bit of a break. Here's Mangiapane going to get a chance in the high slot. Watch number 44, though. Dahana's defense and gets in the way, and Fleury is really slow in reacting to that. He wasn't sure where the shot was. Definitely slow in picking that one up. Not his fault, though. Screened by his own defenseman. Flames with 2 good shifts in a row now, Rick.
Shots 5-1 Calgary in this period. Hawks clear the zone. Tanev's there. Right back in off the stick of Hagel. Tanev keeps the play offside. Fleury leaves it behind the net for DeHaan. He'll feed it up the near boards. Flames get to it first. Monahan puts it in deep one more time. Pitlick reaching, but it's tipped away, and Hagel brings it out. Pass broken up, and then it got through to Taves, but Tanev slowed it down enough to put Taves in offside.
What a good read by Chris Tanev. Hagel had Taves sneaking in behind, and Tanev read that. In fact, I thought it was going to be a breakaway by Taves. And just take a look at Chris Tanev here. He recognized, yeah, there's Taves in behind him, gets his glove on it. By the way, Brandon Hagel is having a heck of a game, isn't he?
Has a goal, has had a couple other good chances.
Another former Red Deer Rebel, coached by Brent Sutter. 6th-round draft choice.
Hanifin goes back, watched by Keane. Here's Anderson. Pressure, DeBrincat steals, dodge, shoots, stopped by Markstrom. Here down to the corner. DeBrincat back to the line, long shot whistled wide by Gustafsson. And now the Flames get it out. Pitlick finds Gaudreau, pardon me, Kachuk finds Gaudreau, and he'll work the puck in. Anderson joins the rush. It's a long trip for me too, Kelly. There's a shot.
No doubt.
Right away. Here's Kane carrying back the other way. No back to the middle.
You had 4 nights.
There's a long pass across. I did a Pittsburgh-Ottawa game on hockey night.
You got it.
That Ottawa won despite being decimated by COVID. Right before the Flames beat them 4-0.
Right? Hard to believe.
Comes loose, far side, bounced in front, taken away by McKay. He'll clank it off the boards, past Goodbranson, and it goes all the way down. No icing, Markstrom forced to play it. Well, miscommunication there with Zadorov, but they get away with it. And now Richardson carries to the line and out. Tips it ahead to Lucic in behind. We'll work for it on the boards. Caleb Jones gets back, whistles it around, cut off far side, and Lucic's back on it. Good work. Trying to cut out the boards, tipped away from him. Zadorov had to back out. And now Carpenter's able to poke it past the Flames defenseman all the way down as Goodbranson goes to it. Mangiapane clears. Coleman feeds it over. Backlund carries in. Swings wide. Stops. And that goes off the glass, not a play. Just shy, 7-minute mark, third period. We are still tied. It's a 2-2 game in the third on Sportsnet. Napa Auto Parts, parts that make the difference. That's Napa know-how.
And what a treat watching this game with 2 of the best goaltenders in today's game, showing off some of their handiwork. Some terrific saves by both of them. And maybe not the prettiest always, but nonetheless, just get the job done. Abandon your technique if you need to and just make a save. And that's how you will it to happen. You take a look at both guys. Markstrom 15 saves tonight, and Marc-Andre Fleury much busier, 31 saves.
Backlund on the draw against Taves again, but gets tossed. Mangiapane will step in as we're just shy of the 7-minute mark in the third. Mangiapane wins it. Puck comes back to Shillington. Works it across. Flips the pass to Mangiapane. Here's Coleman. Bouncing puck. Backlund follows up. Mangiapane in the corner. Pressured by Taves. Coleman comes over to help. Taves gets away and works the puck out. Feeds it ahead to Hagel. Dropped it off to Taves. Taves pass deflects in behind. Coleman gets the loose puck. Makes a nice pass to Mangiapane. Tanev joins the rush. Mangiapane tried to get it there, but it went off a foot. And then Jones fed it to the line, and now Hagel brings it out. Carries in with speed. Makes a move in deep, forced in behind. Trying to get it in front. Tanev able to get the stick in the way. Now a chance from the line. It's stopped by Markstrom. Got a piece of that shot by Murphy. And the Flames get the puck and work it out. Backlund late in the shift will swing wide and softly play it in deep to Chuck after it. Back to the line. Hanfman gets over to him. Quick shot off the leg and ricochets across. And it's carried out now by Kara. Lindholm gets the puck over to Anderson. Head with the Chuck. Makes a pass that's picked off by Reese Johnson. Hartman's pass finds Johnson. He'll gain center and play it around. Kara chops it behind the net. Johnson bumping with Hanifin. Puck played in front. A bouncer. And it gets away, and now it's scooped up by Gaudreau. Lifts it high. The old alley-oop. Chuck can't get there ahead of McCabe, though. He feeds it ahead to Jujhar Khaira. Pressure at the line by Zadorov, but Khaira able to clear. Lindholm's back in his own zone with a play across to Goodbranson. Up the middle. Pitlick. Chips and chases. Battling Gustafsson. Dubé comes in to help out. Stolen by Monahan. Little pass finds Dubé. Dubé shoots, and that goes wide. Monahan comes in. Leaves the puck for Pitlick. A little too far, though. Gustafsson takes control. Off the boards. Pinching is Goodbranson. Flames look to steal it back. It's played to an open side. Zadorov, first man there.
This good shift by the Monahan line. Good pressure.
Tire Hawks on the ice, but Doc relieves the pressure. Look out. Bouncer. Swatted away by Goodbranson. Before the Brinket could race onto it. It's fired in for Calgary as they make changes. Long pass doesn't connect, and that'll be an icing call on Chicago.
Well, one of the players, young players that I've been really impressed with is Hagel. And scored his 2 straight games. Get his 6th tonight. Watch this confident play. Tries to go around Shillington. Nice, good play behind the net. Now the puck's going to come back. And take a look at the far left. Is going to be Connor Murphy sneaking in from the point. He gets an excellent opportunity. Markstrom just gets a piece of it.
Shot on the point by Tanev was tipped high. Lewis battling with the Hahn behind the net. Lucic over to it. He has 1 tonight. Tried to fling it on goal. That went off a skate to the corner. Richardson bumped hard by Seth Jones. Puck's 3 by Doc. Feathers a pass ahead to Patrick Kane, and away he goes. Kane, Doc, on the wing to the Brinket. Pressured by Lucic. The Brinket turns. Puts the puck to the corner. Shillington intercepts. Doc battles to get it back. Finds Kane. Work it back towards the line. Throws it all the way across. Played in front, deflected on goal, and a good save by Markstrom. Puck pinballs around, triples just wide. Close call there. Doc on it again. Kubalik bumps it back. Here's Caleb Jones with a play all the way across, and that hit the skate of the defenseman McCabe, but he keeps the play outside. Kane still out there. Chips it back to the line to Jones. Patrick Kane throws one on goal, and it's turned away by Markstrom. I don't think he even saw it, but he was in the right spot.
Right?
Here's McCabe. Now Chicago with momentum. All these Flames have been on the ice for 1.5 minutes now as they're out of gas. Kubalik takes a look. Carpenter back to Kubalik with a shot that whistles wide. Flanks off the stanchion in behind. Tanev trying to get it. Taken away by Borgstrom and played all the way around, but it clears the zone. Jones couldn't keep it outside. Calgary able to get a couple of players off the bench. Look back steals. Over to Shillington, and he'll have a chance to get it out with a pass out to Mangiapane on the wing for Coleman. He'll chase. He'll be back. Coleman on him. Murphy able to flip it up the boards to Carpenter, who clears. 8.5 minutes to go, third period of play. 2-2 game. Got a good one going here in Calgary. Mangiapane pushed to the boards by Murphy. Backlund came in to help, but Strome took it away. As he makes a pass to Hagel. Goes wide. Here's Strome. Hagel again. Shadowed by Anderson. Makes a pass to Taves. Took a weird hop. Back the other way. Anderson gets the puck with a pass to Backlund. He'll flip it ahead to Coleman, and away he goes to Mangiapane. 2-on-2. Coleman slowly in. Poked away. Hawks control. Both teams change. 7:44 to go. Brinket gives the puck to Kane, right back on the ice. Flip it in. Zamora racing back to it. Kachuk gets it up, gets away, trying to pull away from DeHaan, has control with him on the rush. Play DeHaan to come back and steal the puck.
Good recovery by DeHaan. I thought Matthew had him.
There's Doc through center, checked at the line by Lindholm, and Johnny Gaudreau settles the puck down. Tries to take off, following up Lindholm. Carries down the wing. Behind the net to Gaudreau in front to Kachuk. Couldn't get a shot away as he was checked, and Kane carries out. Johnson joins the rush, backhands it in. Tanev behind the net to Shillington. Makes a good move to get away from the oncoming Hardman, and now Shillington takes off. Pitlick dumps the puck in. Shillington heads after it. Works the puck in the corner. Passed by Kara. Johnson checked along the boards by Monahan. Lost at the feet of the referee. Johnson goes back in to help. Kara there too. They chop away just inside the line. Flames keep it alive, but knocked away from Dubé. And Kara's able to muscle it out. Puck goes in deep. 5.5 minutes. Another whistle here in this stretch. As Pitlick carries back. Here's Dubé looking for his second. Knocked off his stick as he tried to pass it back to Pitlick. Zadorov gets his pass through. Dubé on the other side with a shot, and that deflects wide. Zadorov down the boards will put it towards the corner, but it's off the glass, not a play. 6:11 to go, third period. Chances both ends. Markstrom makes a couple of nice saves. We're still tied up. Telus Flames hockey on Sportsnet.
One of my favorite players to watch in today's game is Patrick Kane, 33 years old, still an extremely accomplished player. You take a look, he's 5 assists away from 700. It appears certain that he's going to pass another Blackhawk legend, Dennis Savard, at 719. Still has a way to go to get Stan Mikita's, but by the way, Patrick Kane has 5 shots on goal, leading all skaters tonight.
Welcome to those viewers on Sportsnet West to watch the Oilers fall to Dallas. Rick Paul, Kelly Rudy here in Calgary. 2-2 game. There's a shot by Shillington off the draw that whistles high and wide. 6 minutes left here in the third period. Flames had leads of 1-0 and 2-1. Hawks tied it up as the score would indicate. And we are all even in a pretty good hockey game here at Scotiabank Saddledome. The Flames back after a marathon road trip that saw them play 7 games in 11 nights.
And still a lot of energy on that bench, and it's really impressive. As you mentioned at the opening of the show, Rick, not only that 7-game, 11-day road trip, but it's now 9 games in 15 days, and all the traveling.
Yep. Here comes Tanev in time on the backhand. Fleury's able to make the save and hang on as Tanev made a move off the boards and got a pretty good look.
I think this is a pretty good lesson for young goaltenders out there. Marc-Andre Fleury not happy at all with the first goal he had given up to Dylan Dubé, but he has been nothing short of spectacular since that first goal allowed. And that's the mindset of goaltender you have to have. Doesn't matter what just happened, only concentrate on the next save.
34 shot by the Flames. Lindholm toss, top lines out against each other. Kachuk against Doc, wings it back to the line to Anderson. In deep for Gaudreau. Player of the week in the NHL with a pass in front is picked off by Doc. Cleared. Hanifin fires it right back in. Lindholm leaves the puck for Anderson. Tries a long shot. Turn into a pass. They score! Big deep by Tkachuk. And Matthew Tkachuk with the pinball goal makes it 3-2 Calgary.
And it looked like there's going to be a harmless play. The puck comes back to the point. It's rimmed around. And at this point, you think it's okay. DeHaan gets a stick on it. Just a harmless-looking play. Matthew Tkachuk throws it in front, right off the skate of Seth Jones. And up and over his goaltender, Marc-Andre Fleury. Matthew Tkachuk, by the way, was looking for Johnny Gaudreau back door, but he gets a lucky break off the Blackhawks defenseman.
He'll take it. His 9th of the year, and the Flames are back on top for the 3rd time in this game. 5.5 to go. Jones back to it.
9th of the year, score by number 19.
Puts the puck to DeHaan. Drops it off to Kane, and away he goes with a pass over to Seth Jones. DeBrincat steers it in. Anderson and Lindholm get the assists on the Tkachuk goal. Here's Mangiapane. Second in the league in goals with a pass to Backlund that just missed. Puck goes in deep. Jones back to it. And to Carpenter. Was tipped, but he's able to get it. And makes a play across. Borgstrom in. Carpenter now with a shot. That's well wide. All the way back to the line. Wristed in deep by McKay. Picked up behind the net. Worked out front. Passed over. That goes off a stick. And Backlund with a chance to get it out. Will lifts it high. Bouncing at the line. Gustafsson trying to shake Lucic. Granson ahead to Richardson. Now Lucic tips it in. Gets it back outside the line, though. Hagel. Pressured. Bumps it back into his own end. Jake McCabe with a pass out to Taves. Feeds it ahead. Hagel makes a move to the backhand. Stopped by Markstrom. Rebound. Hit traffic in front. Blocked by Shillington. Puck comes up the boards. Bounces free. Shillington with a chance to bring it out. Able to skate away from danger. Game center ice and play it in deep.
Another good rush by Shillington. Second time in this 3rd period he's gotten out of his own zone just because of his skating.
DeBrincat's pass finds its mark. Kane feeds it ahead. Tipped in by Jones. That's Caleb Jones. Noah Hannafin back to it. Flips it ahead to Pitlick. He'll make the safe play off the boards and out as we're inside 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. Connor Murphy forced in behind the net by Monahan. Monahan peels off. Murphy plays it over. Now Doc takes a pass. Carries in. Slows it down. Plays it back. Now the clear. Seth Jones couldn't keep it onside. Resets. As he goes wide. Leaves it for Kane. Backhands it towards the goal. Glove down. Hannafin put the puck to the line. Not out. Borgstrom dumps the puck into the corner. Bounces right to Rasmus Anderson. Tkachuk sneaking down the ice. Gets the pass. Tries a shot off the shoulder of Fleury. That was a good save. Got a chance. Top corner. Fleury fought it off.
Right. Talk about fighting it off is right, Rick. That was a great save.
36th shot on goal by Calgary. Here comes Gaudreau. He'll chip it to himself. Trying to fling it towards the net. Bouncing puck. Played out front. Kubalik pressured by Backlund. Makes a pass to Carpenter. 2.5 left. 3rd period. Can it back. Gets it ahead to Coleman. He'll clear. Gustafsson settles it down. Feeds it across. Now Taves carries in. Push to the boards by Zadorov. With free, here's Hagel, can't shoot. Gudbranson got a stick in the way. Fleury racing to the bench for the extra attacker with 2:12 to go. Strome knocked down. Taves feeds it back. 6 skaters on for Chicago. In a 1-goal game here in Calgary. Mangiapane gets it ahead. Not out. Strome on it. Right back at the line. Picked up by Coleman. Coleman's had a good game tonight.
Terrific. Does all the little things, right?
Yep. Not going to show up on the score sheet, but he's made some nice plays. And a pretty good tilt with Curry talking to the first period, right? Here's Kane. DeHaan over to Jones. A minute and a half to go. Seth Jones. Kane lost it. flipped in, empty net. Lucic lets it roll in from center ice, and that makes it 4-2 Calgary with a minute 21 to go.
Look at that celebration, right? The boys are happy.
An unselfish play,
100%, right?
Tapped it in and put it on under his name on the ledger. Lets it go.
I thought he would, but that is Milan Lucic in a nutshell, right? Gonna allow his teammate Trevor Lewis to get credit. Good play by Lewis. What a great stick right there. Just chips it towards the net and watch Lucic shield. I believe it's Kubalik from potentially knocking that puck away. Yeah, that's a great play by Lucic. Not going to get credit, won't get a point or anything, but that's an important part of that play as well.
Flames goal. In second year, scored by number 22.
So Lewis gets his second goal this season. And both empty netters, right? He had an empty netter on Long Island. The Flames spoiled the grand opening of that beautiful UBS Arena with the win against the Islanders on Saturday.
You've got to tell me all about it. My old stomping ground.
Yep. We're into the final minute here with the Flames up by 2. Fleury's back on the bench. Calgary had 2 empty netters in that game. There's Hagel, checked by Gaudreau. Cleaned up by Lindholm. Give the puck to Hanifin. Out to Gaudreau, tips it down the ice. They say no icing. It went off a Hawks player, and Chicago's not happy about that with a half-minute left. Here's Gaudreau with the empty net, and he scores. Makes it 5-2 Calgary and erases any doubt with 25.6 seconds to go.
And just like on Long Island, Trevor Lewis empty net and then Johnny Gaudreau empty net. Just good pressure here. Smart play. You don't have to be the first to race in for it. Matthew Tkachuk, a little bit of pressure, gets help from Lindholm. All of a sudden the puck is turned over and Johnny Gaudreau gets another easy one. He continues his magical play.
5 goals last 4 games for Gaudreau now, up to 23 points on the year.
This is a huge win for the Flames. This is a very difficult game to play. The long travel all the way from Boston. And they thoroughly outplayed Chicago.
Against the Hawks team that was playing very well. Yep. 5-1 since they made the coaching change. Agreed. That's Fleury. Trouble finding the puck. Time winds down. One last shot turned away, and that will do it. The Flames in a potential trap game did what they had to do. They just keep on rolling with a 5-2 win against the Chicago Blackhawks. And a goal.